Hi, welcome to Knitting Downsized. My name is Katie. This is a podcast about knitting primarily, but also about life in a camper as a family of four with a little doggie and family. My brain farted there for a second. And family, about our excursions that we do and some of the stuff that we're able to do because we live in a camper. So thanks for stopping by today. I hope you guys have had a great couple of weeks. Definitely like and subscribe here if you enjoy this type of content, but also check us out over at Knitting Downsized on Instagram. Unfortunately, I don't have any access to that right now because on Monday, when everything went haywire at Instagram, I lost access to my account. They suspended my account and I can't get back into it. So I have sent several emails, so hopefully I'll be able to get back in there and manage that account some more. So hopefully you guys will continue to see some knitting pictures and photos and videos and all that good stuff that I like to post over there. So to get started, what I'm wearing, this is my Soldotna by Caitlyn Hunter. She is Boylan Knitworks on Instagram. Great little crop top sweater. This is actually very cropped. It's more like a bralette on me. So that's why I'm wearing my very high-waisted little overalls today. So the purple is a Malabrigo purple. I don't remember the color. The green and the pink are both Swamp Bunny. I think they're seconds that they had that they didn't really like. And the speckle is a Leading Men Fiber Arts worsted weight speckle that they had. I don't remember the color because it was several years ago that I purchased it at the Southeastern Animal Fiber Festival. So that's what I'm wearing. I wanted to let you guys know and kind of share in a gift that I received. So I won a pull from the knit along with Malabrigo. So we were doing the Seeing Spots vest by Afifa Sayeed, and I won one of their weekly draws. So I am super excited. I have never won anything good. I won several years ago a New Belgium bicycle. We went to a car show and I entered into a raffle and I won a bicycle. That's about all I've ever won. Everything else has been nothing special. So I wanted to share what I won and kind of encourage you guys to enter knit alongs and join along with everybody. I haven't finished my vest. I'll show you guys that in just a minute. So a lot of knit alongs, they don't require that you finish the product during that particular knit along. The knit along was for the month of October. Once again, it was the Seeing Spots vest by Afifa Sayeed. So I received several of their patterns. They sent me. Oh, this one's better that way. A really pretty shawl. A cowl. Another cowl. Shawl, cowl, hat. And I'm not a big shawl person, but these shawls look really awesome. They look pretty easy to do as well. This one looks super easy. I think this would be very beginner friendly. It's got, looks like some lace and a picot bind off. Pretty cool. And then the arrow cowl, which I really like. I want to put my toes in a little bit of mosaic knitting, and that looks like that's what that is. Lastly, I received the Laura hat. I have seen this hat several times on their website and their Instagram. I absolutely love it. And they happened to send me a skein of purple Rasta. So this is Purple Mystery. That's the Color and Away name. Oh, and that comes out really, really great. So I'm going to make the Laura hat by Crystal Neves for Fiona. She saw it come out of the package and said, that's mine immediately. So she is, once again, a super huge fan of purple, and I think this would be a really cute hat for her. I have never purchased Rasta. I am not a big bulky weight yarn user. I guess in the back of my mind, I always think like bulky weight is going to make me look bigger, so I'm not going to use a bulky weight, but this Rasta is fantastic. Like it, I don't know what they're using in their yarn, but it is wonderful. So definitely check it out. This is Rasta. It's 90 yards, and the hat I think just uses just the one skein. So I'm super excited to try this yarn. The other yarn that I received is a skein of their Makita in the caramel. I'm not sure which one you guys say. And there's really pretty color. This is their fingering weight single. And I think I have one other skein that would actually go really, really well with this for that really pretty shawl. So I might do a shawl. I need a shawl that I will actually wear. And I think this is light enough to where it won't feel like it's suffocating me. Sometimes shawls do that and I get overly hot and I feel like I'm suffocating in the shawl. So this is a skein of the Rios, and it is Siri, S-I-R-I. And it's a pretty gray with some browns and mustard and orange. So this is definitely a color for my son. He loves all of these colors. So I think I'm going to make him a nice hat out of it. And then lastly, I received another skein of Rios in Lapacho. I hope that's how you say it. Lapacho. It's a really pretty mauve. And I think this would make a really great addition to a Christmas Soldotna. Several years ago, when I think the year after the Soldotna came out, someone changed up the color work pattern a little bit to where it makes, I believe it's mistletoe or a wreath. They edited the chart a little bit to where it's a Christmas Soldotna. And I happen to have it. I don't know if that's bad or not, but I do have the color chart for it. I did purchase the original pattern, so I did give my money to Caitlyn Hunter. So I think I'm going to add that and make that kind of a old world Christmas sweater. I think I want to do this mauve pink with an off-white and maybe like a hunter green for that sweater. So we'll see. We'll see. I have so much stuff cast on right now that I probably don't need to cast on a Christmas sweater, but I feel like if I have a Halloween sweater, I need a Christmas sweater and probably an Easter sweater. Like, I feel like I need a sweater for every occasion. Living in a camper, sweater storage is very short. So there are sweaters everywhere in this camper right now. I like to joke that I have wool insulation. We don't actually have wool insulation. Our camper isn't that, I guess, high on the amenities scale. Our neighbors have legit wool insulation, but because I have so much wool in here and it's stuck in every crevice, I do claim to have wool insulation. So this is my Seeing Spots vest. I've showed you guys a couple times. I haven't really worked on it much. I am to the point of splitting for the front and back, and I need to get working on it again. But splitting and doing that, I need to be sitting down and kind of being able to read it. And with the kids running around, it's kind of hard to read and pay attention to, you know, splitting off and doing all of that. So I'm going to wait to do that at night when I have a little bit of time. So we went to Epcot for my birthday. My birthday was last Friday, the 28th. I decided instead of stuff, because it's hard to put stuff in a camper, you either have to find a spot for it or do you eventually throw that away or something else away. I wanted to do a quick trip for my birthday instead. So where we live, it's very convenient to get to the Asheville Airport, Asheville Regional Airport, and Allegiant flies out of there to Sanford International Airport, which is like 45 minutes from any of the Disney properties. We're huge Disney fans. Kevin proposed at Epcot at a restaurant called Coral Reef in Epcot, which is an aquarium or a restaurant with a big aquarium that's down one wall. So we absolutely love Disney. And right now at Epcot is the Food and Wine Festival, which is another big draw that we absolutely love. We love to go throughout the countries and get little bits and bobs of food and drink and try different things that we normally don't have around here. So we were due to fly out Friday morning at 6, and Kevin set his alarm for 3:30 and thought he set his alarm for 3:30. I woke up at 3, a little after 3, and thought I need to get up and get going so that way we're ready to go. Well, I didn't. I rolled over because I wanted that extra 30 minutes, and the next time I woke up, it was 4:47. So we live a good solid 15 minutes from the airport. So I jumped up, and it was immediately like the scene from Home Alone where everyone is scrambling and trying to get out the door and running, and Kevin starts to make the bed, and I smack the covers out of his hands and tell him, we're not making the bed. So we both hop in the shower. Luckily, we had packed the night before, and we had our outfits laid out. I in my brain, I have to do that. It helps with my travel anxiety to lay things out and be super prepared for the next day. So we ended up leaving the house in 17 minutes, which is a big deal because not only did we take showers and get everything ready, we also got our camper ready for us to leave. Anytime we leave the camper, we turn the water off and we turn the water heater off just in case something does happen. We don't want the water to back up and flood the camper, or it is getting cold, so we didn't want the lines to bust. So just a kind of a standard practice that we do anytime we even go away for the weekend. We always turn those things off. So we even had time to do that. We hop in the car, and Kevin gets us to the airport in like 15 minutes. And normally, y'all, the Asheville Airport, every single time I have been, I end up parking like right there in front of the departure gates. I can go in, there's like 3 people in TSA, we get right through, and then we sit there for 2 hours. Y'all, this is the first time I have ever gone and not been able to park. So apparently our neighbor told us, y'all watch out, you're not gonna be able to park, leave early enough. So if you guys are headed to the Asheville Regional Airport, be aware, there is no parking. They've put in the big parking garage, and there's parking across the street, but there is absolutely no parking. We had to park our car like in the median between 2 different sets of parking, 2 different parking lots, along with like 10 other people. Kevin just jammed our car in next to this big bush. We got out and we ran from the bottom parking lot all the way up the hill to the to pretty much TSA. We ran all the way through, and we get to TSA, and there are probably 50, 60 people in front of us. I've never seen TSA be that backed up. Like I said, every time we always go right through, and then we're just sitting there for forever. So I always think, oh, we only really need to leave and have an hour, not 2 hours. It's Asheville Airport. Y'all, we get there, and we stay in line for a few minutes because I'm telling Kevin, just calm down. We're going to get through. We'll be all right. Well, they call us overhead, and he panics, and he jumps out of line and goes to the front of the line and asks somebody if we can skip because they just called us and it's my birthday, and he doesn't want us to miss our trip. So we get out of line. Luckily, those sweet people let us get out of line. So if you're watching, thank you so much. And we jump out of line, get in front of them, and Kevin goes, go to the gate, because in that little bit of time that we had ran up front, they had called us again. So I literally go through TSA and leave my stuff, and I run barefoot from the end of TSA to the gate. So that way I can tell them at the gate that we are here and we are coming, and, try to get them to hold the plane. The lady legit looks at me at the gate and tells me, you have 2 minutes. Like real, firm. and I get it, y'all. I can't imagine being in the airport as someone that works there. I'm sure you get yelled at all day long. I'm sure. I am totally sure. But I was trying to be really, really super nice. And I was very thankful, like, you know, that we were actually there and we had 2 minutes. I turn around, my husband's coming, we throw our shoes on and we hop on that plane. I don't think I relaxed until halfway there. We were both like sweaty and like it was 42 degrees when we left. And I was in a t-shirt and yoga pants and somehow I was still sweating. So we had a really great rest of the day. We rented a car, a little Nissan Versa, because we just wanted to save gas. And we went to Epcot for the day and enjoyed some drinks and some snacks and stuff all day long. And just, we had a really great day. We got to ride Guardians of the Galaxy. Definitely recommend it. If you guys have to wait in line for an hour or even 2 hours, I would do it 100%. I would do it all over again and wait even longer than we waited. It was such a really super great ride. Definitely look into it though, because we didn't understand their virtual queue that they have. And we missed the first virtual queue. We actually got into the second. The folks at the ride told us how to do it because we didn't know how to do it. We actually had to download the app and do everything. So definitely ride it. We also rode Ratatouille, which was also a super cute ride. I think my kids would totally love it. But we had a really super great day, and we decided, because we are just complete dodos, that we would sleep in the car. So, because we knew once we left Epcot and we went to Disney Springs because we needed to get some gifts for the kids, they have a killer Lego store. If your kiddos like Legos, that is the best place to get Legos. We love it. So we thought, it's going to be after 12. There's no point in us renting a hotel room to sleep in for just a few hours. Y'all, we slept in a Nissan Versa. We are big people. We slept in a Nissan Versa in the Walmart parking lot in Sanford. Nobody bothered us. And my back hurt the whole next day. I am definitely not in my 20s anymore. Like, totally not. My back hurt. My neck hurt. Like, I was so sore the next day, but it was definitely worth it. We had such a great time, and it really, really enjoyed it. So while we were there, on the way there and on the way back, and I took a knitting project, because why not? You have tons of time if you're there on time, you have tons of time to knit. And I brought my Cowgirl Crop. So I think I had just cast on my Cowgirl Crop when I posted my last video. And I pretty much worked on this monogamously for the last couple weeks because I really want to get it done. I'm super excited about it. So I worked on it. I took it on the plane. I used 4-inch Chiagos with the red cable, and usually they will ask me to pull it out of like the bag. They'll usually ask me to pull my knitting bag out of my book bag, but they didn't even ask me to do that this time. I guess their scanners are getting better and better, and they realized what it was. I guess 4-inch needle kind of probably brings up, something, a flag on their software or whatever, but they didn't ask me this time. So, and I've never had problems traveling with my knitting needles. I hear sometimes that some folks do, and it kind of makes me nervous, especially taking my really nice Chiagos that are like, my favorite knitting needles. And I would hate to get somewhere and not have a project to knit, because I always have a project to knit. So didn't have any problems. So I encourage you to take your project. I usually actually will take a project and put my cheap like bamboo needles on it just to have something. And I didn't do that this time. I thought, what the heck, I'll try. And if not, I can run it back to the car if we had time, but we didn't even have time for that. And like I said, they didn't say anything. So this is my Cowgirl Crop by Knitting Ruined My Life. You can check her out. She's got a Ravelry and I believe another site, I think Lovecraft, where you can purchase her patterns if you don't have a Ravelry. And I am in love, guys. This yarn is Kelburn Woolens. for the main color, Kelborn Woolens Scout, for this kind of turquoisey dark green. This is also another color of the Kelborn Woolens in the boots. The red is Hairsville Designs in Poppy. It's their fingering weight that I just carried double, even though it made more of a worsted. It helps, I think, in my opinion, it helps this hat stand out a little bit more than if I used the same DK. And then this color is a yarn from Southeastern Animal Fiber Festival a couple years ago that I purchased, and I don't remember the name or the brand, unfortunately. I would love to remember so I could buy a whole sweater's quantity, but I don't remember. So I finished all the color work charts, and I'm on the body. And y'all, I cannot recommend this sweater enough. It is a fantastic pattern. She has written it to where it is so easy to do. And the color work charts are gigantic, and each step is labeled, and I can't recommend this pattern enough. If you are doing, I'm sorry, Maggie Mae's scrounging around. If you guys have never done color work before, I definitely recommend this as your first color work project. It's super easy, and it makes a really cool project, especially if you like cowboy boots and cowboy hats. So definitely check it out. It's a DK weight sweater, and for most like the boots and things, you can just use bits and bobs. And I think for my size, I needed like 600 yards for the main color. So you definitely can get by with using scraps for that. So my last work in progress is my Manarola. And I have done like 2 rows on it. It is by Caitlyn Hunter. And it is a short sleeve t-shirt sweater. Fingering weight. And I have kind of stalled on it a little bit because it is several rows of 3 colors at a time knitting. But I purchased this really cool little tool. It is a Norwegian, I looked it up based on Norwegian color work on Amazon and purchased it. So this little bar moves, and you can lock your little strands in. You put a strand in each little hole, and I put 2 strands in this, and I hold another strand in my right hand, and it is just going so much better. I highly recommend this. I tried the one that's wire, and it's got a circle like on each side, and that one, I guess because of my tension or something, it kept pulling off my finger. So this works really, really, really well, and it's just a couple bucks on Amazon, so check it out. I really like the sweater. I'm really excited to get it going and get back on it. I don't think I only have 6 more rows left of the 3 color section, and then it's just, 1 by 1 color work, or not, well, like 2 colors at a time color work for the rest of the body. So I'm excited to finally finish that because I really like the yarn, and I really like the finished project or object. So y'all, I think that's it. We are not doing much this weekend. We're just gonna, I think we're gonna stay home, and the kiddos are kind of snotty, so we're gonna stay home and enjoy some time here at the house and get ready for me to start my new job on Monday. So it's gonna be a super quiet weekend at home. Hopefully lots of knitting. Hopefully I can get my crop top off and, get some more of my Manarola done. So I think that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Get some knitting done. Put your phone down, unless you're watching me. So you guys have a super great weekend. Definitely like and subscribe here. Check the Instagram out, and have a great weekend. Thanks so much.